Why do we go to the cinema? For some people, a movie is an escape from the daily grind. For others, we use the inspirational heroes seen in theaters and we project ourselves onto them, gaining the courage to do things in our everyday lives that we wouldn't normally do. Regardless of why you go to the movies, it becomes clear that once the lights begin to dim, we are being transported into a new world. A world where dinosaurs roam the earth, heroes face insurmountable odds and win, and the impossible finally becomes possible. In today's world, the power one yields with a camera is second to none, as filmmakers all around the world seek to inspire with experiences and themes that people can't see anywhere else. Look, it's no secret that after the success of Iron Man and the eventual MCU, Sony has wanted a cinematic universe to call their own. They had a shot before with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, then they tried again with Mark Webb's Spider-Man. Here, they wanted to build up a Sinister Six movie similar to that one indie film called The Avengers, except they looked at the MCU's blueprints, said, nah, and just inserted cameos of the villainous team that had all the subtlety of getting kicked in the balls. Finally, here we are. Sony's entered an awkward stage in their attempt to make a shared Spider-Man universe with every Spider-Man character except, let me check my notes again, Spider-Man himself. It started off with Venom, which admittedly isn't a great film, but it had stupid moments that assholes like myself on the internet jumped on and laughed at. And then Sony released a second Venom movie. That one was shit. Which now brings us to Morbius, the Dead on Arrival spin-off film that nobody asked for, nobody cared about, but somehow in spite of all of this, gained an ironic following over the internet. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I haven't seen the Morbius movie. A friend invited me to see Morbius in the theaters with him. I laughed at him. He's not my friend anymore. Granted, I did have the 2 hours of my life to spare, however, I would prefer doing other things with that time, like getting hit by a car, breaking every bone in my body, and then being put in a full body cast. Instead, I got the better option, and I got the movie explained to me by a self-proclaimed Morbiite, whose identity will remain anonymous because I can't stand to see him getting bullied for thinking that Morbius is, quote, not that bad, end quote. Please don't send hate to this man if you know him. Please. From what I was able to gather over this call, the film is in fact a movie that did play in cinemas, and it was also the drizzling shits. And I know for a fact that the general consensus across the internet is this. However, the internet did what they did best, and they made fun of it to the point where it somehow became popular. Thanks a lot, guys. Because of this ironic Morbius fanbase, Sony completely misinterpreted the message, and I don't entirely blame them. The internet is a cesspool, but this led to Sony not only releasing the movie, but also re-releasing Morbius. And well, the re-release was a flop. The problem here is that Sony doesn't seem to comprehend the idea of irony. And I get it, you guys are the same studio that wanted to greenlight an Aunt May film, but come on guys, read the room. A little bit of common sense can go a long way. Sony is navigating this entire Morbius boom period like a teacher who sits in a backwards chair to talk to his troubled students before he begins to keep it real with them. In short, they think that they're in on the joke, when in reality, they are the only party here that's getting laughed at. So where does this leave us now? Well, Sony's in the middle of production of Kraven the Hunter, which will most likely be terrible. Along with this, a quick Google search will show you that the internet has begun a petition to re-release Morbius for a third time, and unfortunately, a Morbius sequel does look likely. And I know what you're thinking, Sony. Oh, it's gonna be so funny if Jared Leto says it's Morbid time in the film. Like the meme. Just don't do it. Stop. You're not in on it. You're on the outside of the circle and you're not gonna get in it.